What is up, guys? You all absolutely loved my top 10 Hydra Nuker video that I did last week. And I got to say, the support is great. Hit that sub button if you're new. I appreciate you guys coming by. Today, we're going to do it for Chimera as well, and I'll try to go over the builds. People requested me to go over the builds and talk about, how I'm building a lot of these champions, especially when it comes to Chimera, which is going to be way more stat-intensive, though I run a lot of support champions to help make up that stat gap, that add additional stats to my team, like a Fear of the Barkhorn, etc., etc. But Chimera can be tricky. The damage dealer has to be way more specific in the Chimera, which can make it tough. But I've got you guys covered. We're going to get into these builds today, and we're going to talk about how to absolutely smash the Chimera because he is tricky. He's annoying. Honestly, the least fun boss in the game outside of Amius. I really do prefer Hydra as a mode. And I hope the next clan boss they add, because I think we are due for... I say we're due. I mean, I'm wondering if the next boss or clan boss is going to be this year. I mean, they'd have to add to the board. I'm not sure what they have planned for later in the year. I'm not sure if it'll be a clan boss or not, but let's talk about the best Chimera damage dealers. And as always, guys, be sure to check out the link in the description to get a new raid account, get a buddy into the game. I've got you covered with Elenaril, Deacon Armstrong, Vergis, as well as Tagoar the GOAT, man, at increments of 10 levels. Everything you need is down in the description. Go check that out and get a buddy into the game. All right, let's get it, man. Let's start out, and again, I'm going to try to balance mythical champions and Lego champions, as well as throw in some epics for you guys this time around, okay? Let's talk about my main damage dealer and start it out hot in the Chimera, and that is going to be Toshiro, dude. This guy is a monster. He's my best damage dealer, and I am going to exclude Titus because Titus is lame. And hot take, I don't think that Titus should even count as one of the top damage dealers. I know he is because of all the setup that he requires. I don't think that's fair to players out there to operate under that assumption, okay? But what is the deal with Toshiro here, man? Again, on the A1, he's got the perfect veil, which can help get a trial here. I also will talk a little bit about trials, but overall, this is about getting the damage. I think how you need to approach Chimera to start is, can you get the one key? Can you go up to the next difficulty? And then you start worrying about trials as you progress throughout the game. But this quad hitter, what's so good about him is the fact that he scales his HP. Like, by the end of my run, my Toshiro becomes the most tanky champion on my entire team. He has more health than my supports. His survivability is what makes him so good in the Chimera, guys. But he's got, extra damage, escalation here, decreased defense, and leech with extra damage and turn meter fill from the leech. But also, against the ram form, you can actually swap his form. And this is why it's so good, because you can place the decreased speed and leech, get some additional trials with the Mikage, self-heal, extend debuffs, dude. He is, and he gets some damage mitigation from enemies under leech. Toshiro's awesome. I think his alt form also giving him the survivability he needs. They really should buff this, though, to be honest. I say that. There's a lot of other mythicals that need buffs, but they could definitely buff Toshiro. I've not booked his alt form because I just don't need to. There's no point in me wasting mythical tomes on that currently. But yeah, man, Toshiro's a beast. Relic, the coronet, damage amplification, and the build is just going to be merciless. Crit cap merciless. Honestly, I'm using the wrong shield right now. I'd pick up a little bit more crit damage if, and just for the video, I'll make sure I get the right shield on him. I have to update my presets here. Let's see, where's this shield? Pan, give me that shield from Curse City. You want to see the total stats? 8.4k attack, 326 crit damage. Now, what I do want to talk about is I think maybe I'm escalating his attack too much. I went for a lot of attack because, again, his attack doubles. So, his base multiplier, the more you can stack this, the better it is. But a decent speed here. I'd like a little bit more crit damage, but that's okay if we can't get it. No big deal. Nature's Wrath as the blessing. That is going to be Toshiro. And I guess, just to get his other honorable mention out of the way, yeah, guys, let's get it out of the way now. Ninja is right there with them. Same gear, same accessories, same kit. We're going to move past this pretty quickly here with a coronet as well. I mean, literally identical. One for one. Ninja's a bit squishier than Toshiro is. Toshiro is better with the same soul. But, I mean, you look at his reviews in Chimera. I mean, he should be 5s in Chimera. It's criminal that he's not a 5 in the Chimera. He should be for the same reason. Again, he's going to have decreased defense. He's going to have burn for a trial. Sometimes, depending on the trial, I will swap out my Toshiro for Ninja if I need a burn trial to unlock, a basalt or mythical materials. Then we've got the Hail Burn skill here, which is great with the same level of escalation. Though I have him in Crushing Rend, I might put him back in Nature's Wrath when I start using him again. But same exact gear as my Toshiro. Okay, moving past Ninja and Toshiro, let's take it to an epic champion who can get it done for you in the Chimera, who I think is excellent. I think everybody knows where this is going, but I'm going to go with our girl. Where is she? Where is my Whisper, dude? Whisper can get it done for you in the Chimera, especially as a progression player, okay? I love running her with the Scroll of the Unseen with a Veil champion to get some more damage out of her. But what makes Whisper great? Well, she's got Weaken on the A1. She's got increased attack and increased crit rate for herself on the A2. And she will ignore 100% of defense if they are under a Weaken, with an extra turn double hitter if they're under decreased defense and Weaken, with a 10% chance of granting an extra turn whenever she lands a crit, and it increases damage inflicted on bosses by 20%. The thing is about Chimera, it's about getting as many turns as possible. Speed is king. Speed and turn meter boost. Well, if you've got a nuker that can get your damage done, that also gets a ton of extra turns, they're going to be an amazing champion. I think she's probably a 4.9 in Chimera. She's insanely good in the Chimera. Whisper is a monster. She can absolutely get it done. I actually have her in War Master too instead of Helm Smasher because she already ignores a bunch of defense. I wonder if, if I could change this, guys, to be honest with you. I think for Chimera, I would go Eagle Eye. Because you need I think War Master's a little outdated, and you need a ton of accuracy. If she's your debuffer specifically, if you don't have anyone else bringing decreased defense Weaken to enable her, honestly, Eagle Eye is a great option over War Master. She's going to do a ton of damage. As for the build, this is not my best gear. I mean, this would be a crit damage amulet, and I would probably go with an accuracy banner to make sure she's landing. Like this banner right here. I got triple roll attack percentage with some speed and accuracy. I'm looking for crit capped, high attack, high crit damage, relentless. That's the best set on her for sure. You don't need to build her in ignore defense gear because she's going to ignore 100% of defense on that A2. So I would look for perception works fine. Triple perception works. You could go with the perk Shadow Relic as well to get some more extra turns on her as well. But definitely the relentless set is the way to go on Whisper. Look for crit cap relentless, as much attack as you can get, as much crit damage as you can get. And you can't afford 60, you can't afford 70% crit rate. If you need to drop some crit rate to pick up the attack and crit damage and speed, then go for it. I think that would be a great option. But yeah, Whisper, man, gonna make the top 10 list. And I'll tell you what, I'm gonna make myself go with 2 epics here, okay? This is overall, I wouldn't rank this guy in my top 10, but for accessibility sake and all you progression players out there, my guy Royal Guard gets it done. I think Royal Guard is actually fantastic in the Chimera for a couple reasons. One, he's going to bring your decreased defense. You could actually run him as a secondary damage dealer debuffer that you can pull more. I'm curious, what are his ratings in the Chimera? 4.6. That's probably about accurate, but mainly because he brings decreased speed on this hamstring skill. You got an enemy max HP hit here, and you got a debuff that you need. You actually could run him and Whisper as 2 damage dealers with 3 supports on your team, like a Mavara, something like that, because they'll bring all the debuffs that you need. Pretty simple here on the Royal Guard. I've got a Talon on him, and then actually, I like running my max HP champs in Reflex, but if you can't do that, you're looking for damage on every hit. Literally the same Merciless build. Any Savage, Merciless, with a little bit of perception, just to pick up some accuracy here is really what he needs. As for his masteries, I actually went down to Flawless Execution to get a little bit more crit damage on him here to make sure that, I can get him crit cap to the best of my ability. But you mainly need crit damage on this guy, and you can afford to build him faster with some accuracy because he's going to hit that damage cap anyway. I think particularly for progression Hydra, I'm going to do a little bit of, we're mixing it up here, guys, trying to give you guys as many options as possible. I think Royal Guard is absolutely a strong option to have in the Chimera. Okay, now let's keep it simple here. Let's just get the elephant out of the room. My guy, Newt. Dude, Newt can get it done everywhere. I've got him in Destroy because if you're ever stuck on Scarab King, guys, in Curse City, go ahead and get yourself a Destroy set. I think every account should farm 1 Destroy set for the Curse City, okay? Having 1 Destroy set makes the Scarab King easy and passable in every rotation, which is going to be how you get your best Merciless gear, okay? Cannot recommend that enough. But Newt gets it done, dude. I mean, listen, it's all in the blessed bash, man. It's all in the blessed bash. Triple hitter. Decrease the boss's defense. Enemy max HP smack. He hits the damage cap so easily. He brings your decrease attack and weaken as well. He is so strong. I actually do have him in a reflex build. If I was to use him, I actually would run him in this reflex build right here to get that blessed bash cooldown back faster. You don't even need crazy stats on him because he's going to hit the cap most likely, though. I will say with these stats, he is going to need some damage enable here. And actually, another viable strategy for Newt is to run him in Affinity Breaker. I've been working on getting an Affinity Breaker set. That's why it's worth farming that Nether Spider, guys, if you get a team, because if you're stuck and the Chimera rotates its affinity, if you get Newt in Affinity Breaker, you're going to be able to one key every single time. If you are struggling with champs, Chimera can be very difficult. Putting a Newt in Affinity Breaker, if you have Newt, which a lot of people are going to get them from the fusion tokens coming out, it's a super viable option to make sure that you can run your Newt no matter the affinity and get your one key done, as well as pick up some trials. I think Newt is fantastic. And let's go ahead and get the next enemy max HP triple hit nuker out of the way. It's going to be Marius, dude. Now, my Marius currently is in an arena build to counter Mercurial. I've actually got him at 340 speed, very low crit damage, and I'm just trying to run him fast. Guys, look at this banner. This was a defense percent banner, or an accuracy defense percent banner quad roll that I ego reworked, and it quit rolled the speed. Look, and I'll tell you what, we need to put a glyph on this bad boy. Boom, 5. Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about, chat. That recording luck. Heck yes, man. Look at that, 38 speed from a banner. You know what? Level 6. Give me all the accuracy on my horse. You love to see that. But I would run him in Merciless. Is definitely going to be the best build. And honestly, I'd probably put my Newt in Defense Merciless as well. That's probably better. This is just a random set of Defense Merciless gear that I have on here. And I could actually afford to drop one of these pieces for a 2-piece Slayer for this banner. Just trying to get as much crit damage and defense as possible so he hits the damage cap. He's going to bring increased accuracy, increased defense for trials. He can get your trials done. He's going to be awesome. Marius, again, it's all in the freaking death or glory skill. He's got an extra turn self buff on the whole team with this increased accuracy, increased defense, gets you trials. He's just going to be an absolute monster. The A1 doesn't help that much, but dude, Marius is going to be great. I've got a wand on him for PvP, and we went down to Helm Smasher with Sniper and Master Hexer on the Masteries. But Marius, absolutely going to be one of the best. Where are we at now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway there. Now, we could mix this up, and let's talk about... I'm looking through my champs, thinking about who I want to mention, because I do have a couple trials teams that I actually went to go work on. However, before I get to the trials teams, there's somebody that I got to talk about that is such a flexible damage dealer that I can't leave him out. And that's going to be the Calamitous, dude. The Calamitous is a beast. And again, you guessed it, I've got him in that same Merciless set here that I talked about earlier, man. The Calamitous is special because not only can he be a damage dealer that can get you a 1 key, but he can also function as your debuffer on things like Titus teams. Like, people are running him as the shield champion in a lot of Titus teams. I saw Ash said that he was doing that. He's super strong. What makes him so unique is that not only can he do it, like, he's not like the top damage dealer, but these debuffs that he brings to the table when he's the right affinity it's everything you need. Block buffs, decrease speed, weaken and decrease defense. It's all on one skill. Then you've got the Necroclism, I guess, which can also smack. And his A1 is pretty dang good, too. He's going to self-heal himself on the A1, which means he's got some survivability against the ram form, as well as self-buffs, plus a shield, which could help you get that shield trial. I don't think it'll get it on its own. But, yeah, they need to reset this guy's reviews because he is really good post his buff. Yeah, Calamitous is absolutely a viable option as a debuffer that you can get a lot of extra damage out of. This guy won't disappoint you, man. You're going to absolutely love the Calamitous. He is a beast, and I've got to mention him here. But taking it down, and again, I've got a Gore Crescent on him for Arena, actually. I've been using him in Arena a little bit to help stop the Mercurial meta, but that would be a Coronet if you're only using him for PvE. Okay, guys. There's somebody else that I want to talk about here. We're going to mix it up a little bit because we're going to go to a Trials damage dealer champion, and that's going to be Balar the Lost. He can put out a good amount of damage. And if you're at the point in Hydra where you're looking for Trials, so here's how Chimera works. Once you start getting the 1 key, it's actually better to go for Trials to get the mythical materials every week and the 4-star Basalt every week, because the Chimera chest rewards just aren't very good, and the Clash rewards also aren't very good. It's much better for your account to go get a Stormcaller relic or a Chrono Cube, mythical materials to get mythical relics, than it is to get the Clash rewards, believe it or not. So what makes Balar so good is that he's not only going to hit moderately hard, but he's going to bring poisons, increase accuracy, and decrease res on his kit with instant ignition, leech trials, as well as a poison sensitivity. He also gets more ignored defense for each poison he activates, and he gets turn meter fill for poisons getting placed. He's a really good option to not only get your damage done for your key to make sure you 1 key, but also get a bunch of trials along the way. He's a trials damage specialist that brings a lot of unique things to the table that you don't see often. It's tough to find decrease resist champions out there, and it's going to make it so much easier for your team to place. You can get away without building enormous amounts of accuracy on your team if your Balar is doing well enough to place. I really like this guy. I think he's super underrated, and I'm probably going to start using him a lot more. Speaking of Trials champs, I'm going to take it to another one here who can put out a solid amount of damage, but really opens up Trials and helps keep your team moving, brings a lot of the essential debuffs. Some of these champions, guys, that are hybrid damage dealers, debuffers, are the best damage dealers you want to bring into the Chimera, and that is going to be Gwendolyn the Silent. Gwendolyn is awesome. She is awesome. I need to get mine booked out because I have not used her yet. But again, if you look at her Chimera reviews and Hydra reviews, they're good for a reason. She is excellent here. She's got a triple hitter with extension of debuffs. This is great because she brings a ton of essential debuffs that you want to improve your Chimera run. On the A2, 3-turn cooldown, 75% chance of decreased speed and leech with decreased accuracy if they're under 2 or more debuffs. The decreased accuracy is so nice with Mavara because if you decrease the boss's accuracy and increase your resist, the boss cannot do anything to you. Resist teams are the strongest thing in Chimera, and it helps your keys a ton. Then on the A3, she's got an AoE, increased accuracy, and she steals block debuffs from all enemies. So if you're running a block debuffs champ and the Viper steals your block debuffs, well, you can snag it right back off of him with this skill. 3-turn cooldown, the increased accuracy and decreased accuracy helps with decreased speed and leech. That's a lot of trials. Then she gets crit damage for every 1% for every 10 points of accuracy she has. Then she gets an extra turn after this champion uses any 3 skills. So there's a lot of ways to build Gwendolyn. I think if you're really looking for damage from her, if you can get her in a Merciless set, or I think 9-piece Merciless, where you have the built-in extra turn with the accuracy stats you need. Again, she's going to make it a lot easier by bringing increased accuracy. And I wonder if she and Balar together can do a lot together. If he's bringing decreased res, you could get a lot of damage out of these two together because you're going to get the decreased speed you need. You're going to have increased res from Mavara. You know, you could replace a Feral the Barkhorn with a champion like this if you're going for trials. She could bring a lot to the table, and she's a different affinity, so she could complement Balar's affinity pretty well and give you some more coverage. She's really good, man. She's really, really good. I'm definitely looking forward to building mine soon. She might be the next champion to get my books, actually. I think having her as an option, especially with Mavara, this A1 is really good, guys. Like, extending debuffs, are you kidding me? If she goes with the fervor from Mavara, you're going to have you don't have to worry about placing debuffs a lot. It's going to be very good. Gwendolyn is super, super sleeper strong, and she's going to be the 8th champion that we've got for taking on the Chimera. Let's finish this off with 2 insane champions that I wish I had. And I've got to talk about this guy because he's a beast, dude. He's a newer champion. Most of you probably don't have him. And we're talking about Klazag, dude. This guy is so insane. It's look at those ratings, man. True Fear on the A1 gives him a great option for ram form. Then we've got AoE, decreased defense, weaken, decrease accuracy, decrease res. Everything we just talked about all on one kit. Insane. Then we've got counterattack, taunt, and unkillable on all taunt on himself, but counterattack and unkillable on all allies. It's insane. Then whenever this champion places a debuff on an enemy, deals damage equal to 1% of their max HP for each debuff they are currently under, up to 10%, and it's enemy max HP. This dude is so insane. I honestly don't even know how you build him. I mean, I think you'd want to build him faster because he's a debuffer, right? Like, I think fast with accuracy, like 9-piece feral would. Now you build him in 9-piece feral. You build him in 9-piece feral, I would say, because he probably is going to hit his damage cap anyway. And again, is he defense based? Yeah, he's defense based. Defense crit cap 9-piece feral, and he'll bring so much damage for your team. Absolutely insane champion. Just absolutely cracked. And we'll take it to another void here because this guy is this girl is a beast, and she just gets it done so easily, man. Back to our girl, Acresia. She just gets it done so easily, man. Her reviews and yeah, I mean, geez Louise. I mean, come on. For progression players, she's just Newt on steroids. Enemy max HP on the A1 with decreased defense. Enemy max HP on the A2. Enemy max HP on the A3. Decreases the damage taken by AoE attacks by 50%. Pretty much every Chimera attack is like that. And she always will deal damage based on enemy max HP instead of her attack. She is so good. So easy to build. 9-piece Merciless on her as well. Super strong. She is a beast. Beast of a champion. Okay, guys. Who got snubbed? I think Tholin's great in the Dwarves as well. There's so many other champions I didn't get the chance to talk about in today's video. Who is your favorite Chimera Nuker? What are you looking for in your champions? And who do you guys want to see me cover next? I think I'll do supports for Hydra and supports for Chimera as well. That'll be a fun video. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch y'all next time. Take care. Much love. Peace out. That was a good one.